In November 2004, Navy Commander David Fravor intercepted an anomaly off the coast of California. He described a 40-foot, smooth, white capsule hovering above the Pacific, a craft with no wings, no flight surfaces, and no visible propulsion. This wasn't a fleeting glimpse. Radar operators aboard the USS Princeton and the surrounding carrier strike group had spent 2 weeks tracking these objects as they dropped from 80,000 feet to sea level in seconds. This comparison shows the gap in our technology. An F-18 requires a wide, sweeping radius to turn at high speed. The Tic Tac, however, executed instantaneous right-angle turns at hypersonic velocities, stopping and starting without any detectable inertia or thermal exhaust. When objects ignore aerodynamics and outmaneuver our most advanced military pilots, we are forced to conclude that we share our airspace with technology that functions outside our known laws of physics. For decades, these encounters remained in the shadows. But in 2023, former Air Force intelligence officer David Grush broke that silence in a sworn testimony before a congressional oversight committee. Grush testified that he interviewed over 40 witnesses who confirmed the existence of a clandestine program. He stated the U.S. government has successfully retrieved intact, non-human craft and biological occupants. If military sensors can track objects moving at thousands of miles per hour, they possess the necessary operational data to locate and secure wreckage when these unknown crafts malfunction or crash. A physics-defying presence in the air creates a direct logistical requirement for a research program on the ground to manage and study those physical remnants. This trail leads back to 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico. Reports from that incident described thin, foil-like materials that were impossibly strong and seemingly possessed a memory, reforming themselves after being crumbled. While the military is equipped for recovery, it lacks the specialized laboratories and manufacturing infrastructure needed to reverse engineer high-performance materials in-house. To bridge this gap, the government transferred these assets to private industry titans. Corporations like Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works and Boeing gained access to the hardware under the strictest secrecy. These operations are fueled by unauditable black budgets. Billions of dollars flow out of the Pentagon, circumventing congressional oversight and landing directly in corporate silos. This allows contractors to absorb extraterrestrial technology while public watchdogs remain completely disconnected. The true repository for these innovations lies within the profit-driven, legally shielded vaults of private aerospace giants, rather than any transparent government agency. Engineering this begins with power. Unlike combustion engines relying on limited fuel, researchers target zero-point energy, extracting infinite power directly from the vacuum of space. Tapping this field explains the Tic Tac's ability to hover and perform high-speed maneuvers without fuel weight or thermal exhaust. Regarding propulsion, Navy engineer Salvatore Pais has already patented designs for inertial mass reduction. These blueprints describe generating high-frequency electromagnetic fields to effectively neutralize gravity, allowing a craft to survive instantaneous acceleration. To mirror the coordinated hive mind behavior seen in UAP swarms, corporations like Boeing are investigating quantum entanglement, a method of instantaneous, non-local communication that bypasses the limitations of radio waves. Defense contractors have effectively integrated these alien blueprints into their R&D, aligning their laboratory goals with the exact flight characteristics reported by Navy pilots. Secrecy is maintained through compartmentalization. This intact UFO schematic is shattered into dozens of isolated pieces, distributed to separate corporate labs. A scientist might spend their entire career studying a single fragment, entirely unaware of the larger craft being assembled in other facilities. This cover-up secures a permanent monopoly on absolute military supremacy and provides total control over the energy infrastructure of the future. Offices like ARO function as narrative managers, using psychological operations to drip-feed information to the public while ensuring the core corporate interests remain shielded. Zero-point energy and gravity manipulation target the very foundations of our global energy economy. Yet, instead of public application, these breakthroughs remain isolated within classified defense programs for use in black budget warfare. Behind the mystery of non-human intelligence lies a human power structure dedicated to hoarding revolutionary hardware.